Hello YouTube, what is going on? I am the UndeadCircuit, aka the One Defect, and today we're going to be playing a little bit of Banished. Take 3. Third take doing this, third time starting this game. First time, everybody died. Second time, it went a bit better. Everybody was alive by the end of episode 1, which was really good, but then the recording screwed up, so yay. Sorry, that wasn't a proper look. This is the... Before I get started, this is the mods that I'm going through, I will be using. I am running with a few resource increasement mods, more terrain, things like that. I will be describing them as I go through to the best of my abilities. But yeah, so let's generate a random town name that's easy to pronounce. Nelly. That seems okay. And we're going to generate a seed, a random seed. We're going to be doing plains. Terrain size huge, climate fair, because if I'm totally honest, after what's happened today with the three bugged recordings, I'm tired. I just want to play a nice relaxing game of Banished. Disaster off, of course. Starting conditions medium. So whilst this is loading, a few of you might be wondering, where is Planet Base? And in the simplest format, in the simplest terms that I can put it, I screwed up. Unfortunately, yes, you are recording. Okay, good. Sorry, I was just making sure my recording software was actually recording, which would have been quite funny. And look, we're in game now. So people might be wondering what happened to Planet Base. Oh, this is an interesting map. So I'm just going to get set up here whilst I start talking about what's happened to Planet Base and just general stuff about general stuff. So what happened to Planet Base? Well, Planet Base, unfortunately, I set up wrong. At first, I was originally going to do a time lapse. Well, at first I was just going to take you through episode 8 or 9, I think it was, and then by the end, roughly episode 10, we would have hit our goal of 300 colonists, and that would have been that, and we could move on to the next planet. Unfortunately, what ended up happening was I screwed up with setting up the infrastructure, and I just, no matter what I did, I couldn't get out of a death spiral by the end of it. And yes, that was a bit unfortunate, but then again, what can you do? So I might go back to that series, I might not. I probably will, because I really do enjoy the game, playing it every now and again. But for now, let's be nomads, shall we? And let's set up some farms in Banished. Yes, this is a nice game about setting up a colony. Ooh, pumpkins and pepper. Ooh, that's interesting. This needs to be pumpkin. And then this needs to be pepper. Followed by... Now, I'm gonna set 6 farmers. But yeah, no, let's just be nomads, shall we? I feel this field is done wrong. 13 by 4. Oh no, sorry about this, I've done all those fields wrong. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Anyway, so, for those of you who don't know, okay, no, I think I had it right. Banished is a game where it's a civilization game. It's a colony game. Pretty much like... Can I get this? I can't talk and build things at the same time. Pretty much like Planet Base, except in a different setting. Instead of colonizing planets, we are trying to build a colony for our citizens. Now that does actually seem right. Welcome to episode 1, where we do nothing but try to build farms correctly for the entire game. I know, it's entertaining, no? But anyway, so right now I'm not going to be continuing with Planet Base for a bit. I've gotten a bit tired of that, and I had about 6 attempts of me trying to correct the problem that I created in about episode 5. I think I could round it down. I think I could figure out. What I could figure out episode 5 was the episode that I screwed up. And unfortunately, by that point, by the time I finished, episode 5, by the time I realized, it was so deeply embedded in the colony that to correct the problem or problems that I created would mean I would have to completely tear up. Yeah, it would mean that I'd have to completely tear up my, like, literally half my base. Which, as I bet you can tell, is not fun. So I put that on the back burner for a bit. I'm not gonna keep going with that series just for a little bit. You know, just take a bit of a break, see what else is out there, and yeah, play some Banished. Because every now and again, you just get those moments where you want to play a nice relaxing game and then scream at your colonists because they keep dying. But hey ho, fun. Fun, right? 4. Okay, so we've got 4 houses right now. I believe the starting amount you need is 6, so I'll just try to cram in as many as I can. That's 5, that's 6. So we're going to build a path to his house so we can get a nice lovely path. And I think I might build a bridge off of there later. So let's go! So we currently have 2 laborers, 2 builders, and 6 farmers. This video might turn into an explanatory video, but I think right now it's just going to be me relaxing whilst playing a game with you guys. I mean, anybody watching at home, just sit back and enjoy the video, because there comes a point where you just stop caring for a while. I mean, things going on for me. Uni started up again about a month ago, 2 months ago. Uni started up, so I've been kind of a bit busy with work. Other than that, I've just been so tired. Uni has taken up actually a lot of my time, so I've just felt, you know what, let's get back to doing something I enjoy, which is recording. So, we're going to keep going. We've got our farmers currently tending to the fields. And we've got all 6 of our houses built. Now, these houses won't expand a lot. We had a bit of a resource low on firewood. Yes, the one thing I forgot. Actually, there's lots of things I've forgotten. Hang on, allow me to fix. Where do I want this? That works. So we're going to put the woodcutter right next to the stockpile, which is good. And then expanding off of the woodcutter like so. Just make a path. I think I can fit a well there actually, that might be nice. Remove road. Well, there we go. So that just gives us a bit of fire protection. I find it's not as necessary in the beginning, but it's nice just to have that level of reassurance that nothing bad's gonna go wrong. It's 21 degrees Celsius. It's 21 degrees. I believe that's Celsius. I believe in the option setting I've set it to Celsius. And they're cold. Hi. Anyway, don't get it. But oh well, what can you do? So we're currently sitting. We've got quite a decent amount of just general stuff, really. Oh, we've gained a worker. We've gained a laborer. A child has turned into an adult. Now, let me try to get back to what I was explaining in the beginning. Banished is a game that I find is very relaxing in the beginning, and then turns into an absolute nightmare late game. Mid-game, it's quite decent. It starts to transition from relaxing to stressful, and then late game is just absolutely stressful. Because late game, when you've got a couple thousand colonists, and then one person gets an outbreak, and one person gets the flu, and then suddenly half your civilization is dead. Half your colony is dead. Like literally 5 minutes later. I mean, it's just crazy. But Early game, it is still quite fun, it is very enjoyable. I recommend it to a lot of you who just want to do what I'm doing right now, just sitting back, relaxing, not really a care in the world at this point. This is take 3, or yeah, this is take 3 of recording. I've had both times the recording software is messed up. Because of the second time I updated my recording software and had to redo all my video settings and everything like that, so that's fun. On the upside, who knows, maybe it's maybe it allows me to upload videos in better quality. I have switched it to 30 FPS to make it easier on a lot of things. I wanted to first see if I could get it at 30 and if it's stable at 30, because I find generally my PC tends to hover around 60 to 70, and then occasionally whenever something bad happens in the game it drops to about like 50, 45, 50 FPS, which shows up as a little stutter in the video. And I don't really like that, because I mean I try to get the highest quality videos I can out to you guys. I try to the best of my abilities to get the best possible video out to you guys. Unfortunately right now, if that means dropping it to 30 FPS, I'm just going to have to drop it to 30 FPS. It is a video, so it's not like it's that crucial, I'm going to say. But overall, I'm going to try to get it to the point where I can start recording in 60 FPS again. The bottleneck I have narrowed it down to, excuse me, the bottleneck I've narrowed it down to is actually my hard drive read-write speed for my recording. For my recording hard drive, is the read-write speed's a bit lacking. I can't remember the exact values right now, but it is a bit poor for streaming video, for like continuous video writing. So hopefully this coming winter, Christmas holiday, I can be able to scrape together enough money to get a... Why are you guys not working? What are you guys lacking? Stone! No, yes, stone. Stone is what we're lacking. So, like I was saying, over the holiday, I'm going to hope to scrape together enough funds in order to get... I'm hoping at least a 250 to 500 gigabyte SSD for recording, because that would be amazing. I could put it up into 60 FPS, run my OS on that as well. It would be brilliant. Just have all my games on my standard hard drive. Maybe the game I'm currently doing YouTube videos on that hard drive as well. But overall, if lowering the frame rate to 30 FPS fixes that without me having to know at the moment what essentially for me right now is a hobby, without me having to spend, I don't know how much, I need to actually check the prices, but without me having to go out and spend some money to try to increase my video quality, if I can just do it using this current setup I've got, is great. Okay, so what's happening in game? Our blacksmith is done. Now, one of the mods we have encountered, actually we encountered one back a minute ago, but one of the mods that I really like is it gives, I can't remember what it was, it gives you more tool options. So like you can see I've got wooden tools. I believe in the base game you've just got stone and iron tools. But this one you've got wood, stone, iron, steel, carbon. Carbon steel tools. And what this does is, just for now, if I want to, I can make only wooden tools. They break really fast and they're pretty much next to useless, but allows me to use it from a renewable source. Carbon steel tools pretty much never break. But I'm going to go right now stone tools. And we are going to keep that at 30. And so our blacksmith is going to keep going until he makes 30 stone tools. Or at least like caps out at 30 tools up here. So whilst I'm expanding the fields a bit, I'm going to tell you about this other mod, which is advanced fields. Now, let's see if I can demonstrate it here. So if I've got this, you can see how I can't place the field here. See this red area here, I can't place the field. If I have advanced, I should be able... Oh no, it doesn't work here. It only works for hills. You'll encounter in the game... Let's see if I can see any. Small little hills. Like, the world isn't completely flat. It's nice. It's actually... It's really well done. Like here on the edge of mountains. you can see, let's see if I can just demonstrate it here. You see how far the red goes up to? It's about where the, what's that? Wheat goes. Now let's see if I go to the normal one. You can see it's a lot harsher. It's about here where I can't place. But if I go advanced fields, see, I can build a field there. But if I go normal field, I can't. So it's a bit more forgiving of what's in the way. Now obviously I can't build this, so let's build a 14x3 field here, followed by a 14x3. I don't think 14x3 is the most efficient field size, but I like it in general. It's easy to manage. It takes one worker. Heck, 14x4 might also take one worker. But once again, don't really mind. That was pepper. So this needs to be... Nope, this needs to be pumpkin, pepper, pumpkin, pepper, pumpkin. Okay, let's buff it up to 11 farmers. We only have one worker now, but that's pretty much fine. We have one laborer. Now the key thing with laborers, you always want at least 2 to 3 laborers at any point in time. It's fairly early on, I've only got 15 possible workers. So having one laborer is okay, but later on in the game you want 30 and then scale that. So if you have like 100, if you have 100 adults, 100 workers, you want to probably have around about 5 to 10 laborers free. Because if anybody dies, the laborer will automatically take their job, which is what I really like, which is really nice. I actually like that feature a lot. Now the downside is your laborers can get eaten up quite quickly if it goes through a death spike. So just something you have to keep in mind. Now I need to build a forester's lodge. I'm feeling down here is where I'm going to expand the fields, and up here I'm not going to build a bridge yet because that's a resource hog. So instead I'm going to build a forester's lodge here. Now this blue circle is the radius, so I'm not going to really want to expand into this radius too much, because in this circle that is the area that will get replanted. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to put it on pause just to make it easier to see, because I can't figure out how to hide trees. Then we want a herbalist next to that. Actually, hang on, to make it easier I want a road just in front of it. Okay, now that might be very hard to see, but just bear with me a minute. So I want a herbalist. And then I also want to go here and I want a gatherer's hut. It is early summer, so no, they can actually work on these projects. So start working on that. This might be too much to introduce to the game at once. Here I'm also going to put a hunter's cabin. And I'm actually going to prioritize the hunter's cabin. Ah, see, we've had our first death. The child has died of starvation. Why are people dying? Oh my word. Oh. Yes, I think I might know. There it is. Now, what people tend to do in this game is they go, as soon as you get food in the storage barn, they'll go and fill up their house's inventory with food. Unfortunately, the people who can't get there in time end up dying of starvation. Luckily enough, the builder was killed. Okay, so since the blacksmith and the woodcutter are maxed at the moment, I'm going to take them off so I can put them into laborers, because I'm about to experience a big death spike. Because we have food, even though it says we don't have food, we have food, it's just all in the houses. Like you can see here, there's 41 peppers and 6 pumpkins in one house. So you can see it's quite stupid. Now I don't have beans, which is unfortunate because they're one of the fastest damn growing things I can find. I haven't checked any wikis for this information, so don't hold me to it, but they grow stupidly fast. You're still hungry. You're hungry. You guys don't actually have food. You need somebody. And I'm going to take off a... I can't take anybody more off. The hunter's cabin is going to get me venison, which is a good stable food source throughout the year as long as there's animals in the area. Yep, we have more people. And then it has been replaced by a farmer. So we had one guy replaced, one guy died, but luckily we had a laborer. I'm going to have to take my builder off, so he's not going to be building the cabins and stuff. Just so I have a laborer to replace anybody who does. Luckily enough, the pumpkins are being harvested right now. It's actually harvest season, it's early autumn. So it's harvest season. Or I believe harvest season is late summer. It's mid to late summer. Anyway, so we're about to get an influx of food, so this is okay. This shows me that at our current level, either I didn't build the fields fast enough, or I had people away. It caused some bad problems, but don't worry, we're going to get over that pretty soon. We're up to 21 minutes, more people are dying. More children dying, which is unfortunate, but unfortunately I can't. So I've got it quite decent. I've got 400, 500, and it's climbing nicely. About 570, and a lot of that is going to get stolen and put in these houses. A lot of that is. But that should keep us until next harvest season. If it doesn't, I will throw in some more fields. And since harvest season's over, and we've got quite a decent supply of food, I'm actually going to take my my 2 laborers and put them into builders so I can get the these places finished. Now, is that wise? Because I'm not actually going to have people to man them just yet. And what I want to do with them, I'm not going to have anybody really to man them. I'm going to put 2 houses down. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put all these on hold. Except the Gatherer's Hut. Because the Gatherer's Hut's actually useful. It's a consistent food supply. What they do is, what the Gatherer's Hut does is in this radius, pretty much like the Hunter's Cabin, it will forage mushrooms and berries and all that, and that will give you a stable supply of like vegetables and fruit and vegetables for your citizens to eat. So everything in this game revolves around making sure your citizens can eat. If they aren't eating, they're dying, which is very bad. Oh yeah, that reminds me. You might be noticing that there's a few more options. I seem to have 2 types of each. What I have is I have normal houses, and then I have advanced houses. They take the same amount of resources to build. Yep, same amount of resources to build. The only difference is the advanced house doesn't use coal. Coal or charcoal. Doesn't use coal as a fuel source. They'll only use firewood, which I find is brilliant. Because with this mod here, you can make steel and carbon tools using coal. And it's a lot more resources to trade and use in the future. So that's a win. We don't need builders anymore, so I'm going to stick them back on laborers. Our food supply has just run out, so that's hinting at the fact that I need more fields. Either I need more fields, because we don't have enough food to last us through the year. So I'm going to throw down 2 more fields. And I'm going to do 2 pumpkins. In fact, I'm going to change this one a pumpkin. Which means I'm going to have to tear the field up, but it's okay. Now, what I don't have the luxury this time around. And if they, to be honest at this point, if my city dies, they die. But I don't have the luxury this time around of having lots and lots of, what's the word? I don't have any fast growing food. Last time around, the last video, I had beans and I had corn. Corn's a very good source of food in quantity. Beans grow extremely fast, which gives me a large quantity as well. But beans are harvested, I think, 2 or 3 times a year. whereas pepper and pumpkins, there'll be pumpkins next year, but pepper and pumpkins are only harvested once a year. So it's late spring now, and we've been out of food now for at least a few months. And we're running out of food. People are going to start throwing starvation signs up. There we go. But you see, there's 150. I know that's probably not actual units. That's probably like some arbitrary weight value. But it's all sitting in this guy's house. And this guy won't share because he's a greedy bugger. Same here. They won't share. Look, 102 pumpkin and his neighbor's starving. This game accidentally demonstrates how people act in the world, which is what I find is really amusing. And in my opinion, makes this game super realistic. Everybody goes, they grab food from the stockpile, and they hide it in their house. And then when their neighbors start starving, as long as they've got more food, they're happy. Which is quite interesting. Now I'm going to force harvest a lot of these things early, just so we can get a small hit of food, so everybody's a bit happy. Because now we have low tools, so I'm going to need a blacksmith again. And you don't want to run out of tools. Firewood's also running low, but I'm going to leave it because we're about to have a death spike. I'd rather have them cold right now than dead, than like not being able to man their posts and stuff. I'm also going to force harvest you. When I say forced harvest, I just mean I can order them to harvest the crop early, which just gives us extra food. It doesn't give us the same quantity, it just allows us to harvest it early. Because if it runs into winter and the crops are still out, they'll start dying and then they start falling and everything like that. So see, look, farmer has died, been replaced. I don't know how long ago that was, but we will see. So there we go, they're harvesting it. Now, there we go. So now we've got a decent amount. We've got 1,000, nearly I think we'll have about 1,000. There we go. 1,000, about 1,600-700. Now, if that doesn't get us through the year, I've done something incredibly wrong, because look at our farm field. This is the sheer quantity of farmable land that we have right now. Oh, that reminds me, you need someone because we're actually running low on firewood. Woodcutter, yeah. So the woodcutter, I'll just keep going until he gets back up to... we shouldn't have anybody too old in the village right now. In fact, I can take a farmer off just in case. See, you've got nobody as the herbalist. I mean, I'd like to get these done. In fact, whilst it's winter, get going on making that path to the village. What about logs? Logs we're still okay on. Blacksmith has the tools. The tools are up there now, so we can put the farmer back on. And blacksmith off. So we got the right amount of tools now. So now we can take the blacksmith off. This is kind of like a nice thing that I really like in the game. Oh man, it's already been half an hour. But so I'll just wrap things up. But one of the things I like about the game is you can micromanage it to this level. You can micromanage even further when you've got a town, when you've got a town hall, and you can actually see stats and statistics and everything like that, and it's great. Oops, I just bumped the microphone. Oh well. So, thank you guys for watching. I've been the UndeadCircuit, and I hope you have a good day.